While the struggle continues for a European solution for the migrants on Lesbos, the next refugee drama is now unfolding at another European external border, the Canary Islands. Some 4,000 people have arrived by boat since the beginning of the year. Hundreds are thought to have died while making the treacherous journey on the Atlantic Ocean. Many of them are fleeing the deteriorating security situation in the Sahel, with boats departing from Morocco and the territory of Western Sahara. They're also departing hundreds of kilometers farther south from Mauritania and Senegal. While arrivals to mainland Spain fell by half compared to the same period last year, landings in the Canary Islands increased nearly sevenfold.
Diack was the most powerful man in athletics for 16 years. But on Wednesday, in a dramatic fall from grace, he was found guilty of corruption at a court in Paris. He's been convicted of multiple charges, including accepting more than $3 million in hush money from Russian athletes in return for covering up their doping offences. The 87-year-old from Senegal was sentenced to 4 years in prison, with 2 of them suspended, and fined nearly $600,000. His legal team confirmed they will appeal.
This decision is unfair and inhumane. Unfair because we see that the judges have tried to be politically correct and have wanted to use Mr. Diack as a scapegoat.
Diack was originally charged 5 years ago. He's been under house arrest in Paris ever since, and the case has attracted global attention.
A top South Korean military official said North Korea could be getting ready to test fire a submarine-launched ballistic missile in October. During his confirmation hearing, Won In-chul, the Joint Chiefs of Staff nominee, said the launch of the upgraded missiles would mark the anniversary of the North's Workers' Party on October 10th. The South Defense Minister nominee said Seoul was closely monitoring the North's activities and would be ready to sternly respond to any provocations. The private monitoring website 38 North also speculated that a missile test was impending, citing a flurry of activity around the North's main submarine shipyard and a mysterious disappearance of a submarine test barge and a mini submarine.
And Congress has now released a damning report on the crash of 2 Boeing 737 MAX jets. You may recall those planes, a new generation of what was once the world's most popular, have been grounded since last spring after 2 crashed in just 5 months, killing 346 people. As Gio Benitez reports, the findings are troubling.
Tonight, a scathing congressional report blames Boeing and the FAA for the deadly 737 MAX crashes that killed 346 people. In the 18-month investigation, lawmakers finding what they called a horrific culmination of failures and missed opportunities during the design, development, and certification of the MAX. In October 2018, Lion Air Flight 610 crashed off the coast of Indonesia into the Java Sea. Nearly 5 months later, a second 737 MAX, Ethiopian Air Flight 302, plummeted near Addis Ababa.
At least 35 people have been killed in wildfires raging across the West Coast. Smoke from several major fires has now drifted east to the other side of the country, leaving a haze over places like New York City and Washington. In California, the flames have burned through about 4 million acres of land. In Oregon, rescue crews are searching for at least 20 people who have been reported missing. The state has also set up a mobile morgue, as the governor says the death toll from the fires will likely rise in the coming days.
Hurricane Sally came ashore in the early hours of Wednesday morning, slamming into Alabama's coastline. Florida's panhandle also bore the brunt of 165 km/h winds, as heavy rain and storm surges led to life-threatening floods. Many residents were forced to evacuate to hotels as conditions worsened. Sally has now weakened after making landfall, but continues to move at an agonizingly slow pace. Forecasters say that makes this storm extremely dangerous for much of the Gulf Coast. Daylight in Alabama showed a scene of devastation with severe flooding and damaged homes. Last month, Louisiana was hit by one of the most powerful storms on record. Hurricane Laura killed at least 8 people and cost the state billions. And the hurricane season isn't over until the end of November.
Well, this is the first time we have heard from Alexei Navalny himself since he fell ill on that flight on August 20th, that internal flight in Russia from Tomsk in Siberia to Moscow. This is what he's posted on social media. This is a picture of him in that German hospital saying, "Hi, this is Navalny." He says this: "I still don't know much about anything, but yesterday I could breathe all day on my own." He said, "I didn't use any outside help, not even the simplest valve in my throat." This, the first words from him we have heard. We know that he moved to that German hospital, the Charité Hospital, on August 22nd. The hospital had issued a statement yesterday. In that statement saying that his condition continues to improve. They had said that the patient has been removed successfully from mechanical ventilation, and as of yesterday saying that he was able to leave his bed for short periods of time.
These are members of Iraq's Special Task Force looking for illegal guns in the southeastern province of Misan. They're eager to find them, so they search in people's homes and commercial sites like this factory, trying to uncover anywhere people could hide weapons. They've set up extra checkpoints here to make sure unregistered guns are not smuggled out. And this is what they say they've confiscated so far.
We've seized more than 30 weapons, made 6 arrests and confiscated 4 vehicles without license plate.
This operation is also happening in the neighboring province of Basra, which has seen the biggest increase in violence in recent weeks. Tribal feuds, lack of facilities and corruption have led to anger and protests here. And a recent rise in targeted killings of high-profile activists forced the Prime Minister to travel to Basra to reassure people the government will do more.
The 5 videos obtained by Amnesty International were taken in Mozambique's restive Cabo Delgado region. In the videos, men wearing the uniforms of the Mozambique Armed Defense Forces appear to be torturing and possibly killing Islamist militants. The images have been analyzed by Amnesty's Crisis Evidence Lab, which believes they are authentic and taken in the first 6 months of 2020. Brian Kastner of Amnesty International says one video shows soldiers cheering while bound detainees are kicked and beaten.
In one case, one of the soldiers cuts the ear off one of the detainees and presents it to him while people cheer.
Based on their uniforms, Amnesty says the assailants appeared to be from the Mozambique Armed Defense Forces and the Mozambique Rapid Intervention Unit.